If I take an exploded view of this corner here, okay, and redraw it. Now then, our measurement, what was it, 5 point something? What was our measurement on the outside? 5.6?
Yeah.
That's our measurement right to the outside. And this one was 4.8. That was a measurement right to the outside there. Okay? So this is a corner. Now, if this is the centre line, how long, or much too long, is this line here?
0.6.
No.
0.3.
0.3, yeah? To get back to the centre line, we have to delete that, which is 0.3 long. And to get back to the centre line on this one, we have to delete that. Which is how long?
0.3.
Okay. So the length that we have to delete for each corner, forget the lengths now, for each corner on the building, the length that we have to delete is 0.6. Length. Oh, length. Okay, the length that we're having to delete is 0.6. For every corner that we have, the length is 0.6. If it's an external corner, then you need to deduct 0.6. If it's an internal corner, because you've got the measurements on the inside, you need to add on 0.6. But the length is 0.6.
What are we saying about internal and external then?
Right. Do you remember me saying if the measurements are on the inside, then you need to add a corner on? If the measurements are on the outside, this thing down here, measurements on the outside, we've taken each corner twice. So if the measurements like these are to the outside corner, then we need to deduct a corner. So we need to deduct 600 mil in length. If the measurements are on the inside, so if the measurements were to here, if it was an internal corner, then we need to add 600 mil on for each corner that we do. Okay? Have we got that? I'm talking corners now. When Dave was doing it yesterday, he was talking lengths. You take 300 mil off each end. Just try and get your head round now. We're talking about corners. Okay, so we take 300 mil twice off the length for each corner. 300 mil off this length here, at this end, and 300 mil off this length at this end. We're going to do the same at all the other ends as well. So I'm doing exactly the same thing, but I'm talking about corners instead of lengths. It makes it easier when you get to more complicated buildings. I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so it's 600 mil. But it's 600 mil linear. This is where people, because the directions are going in two different directions, people get confused thinking this is an area. It's not. It's 600 mil linear. 600 mil linear off that length. 300 mil off that length and 300 mil off this length. 600 linear. Alright? So the length of each corner, 600 mil. We got that? We understand that? Right. Okay, so if we start off, we'll do the sum, I'll do it in the middle. I'll write it down. You have to do the calculation. 10.20 times 0.60 times 2, top and bottom. Yeah, as we did before. And then 7.0 times 0.60 times 2, left and right, as we did before. Can somebody do those for me?
First one's 12.4. 12.24.
12.24. 9.12. 9.12. Okay, I'm going to write this in red because it's a deduction. I then said we needed to take off 600mm length for the corners.
Only 1.36 volume of concrete.
It's the area of... No, not yet. We haven't finished yet. Alright? We've got to deduct for the corners. Now, as I said, you cannot deduct a linear from an area. If I said to you 13.6 metres squared minus 3 metres, you can't work it out. It's got to be minus 3 metres squared. You cannot deduct linear from an area. You cannot deduct area from a volume. You've got to work in the same units. Okay? Now we've worked out before, previously, that for each corner we're deducting 600mm in length. Bless you. Yeah? We agreeing? 600mm in length from each corner. The width of the foundation is 600mm. So I've deducted 600mm in length multiplied by 600mm to turn it into an area, which is the area of that. 0.36, as Steve said a few minutes ago. Okay? How many corners we got?
4.
3 calculations. No matter how complicated the building, as long as they're at right angles on there, and there is one slight change to the rule which I'll show you in a minute, but the majority of the time, no matter how complicated it is, how many corners there are on there, as long as they're right angles and not curves or at 45 degrees, it's 3 calculations. Those 3 calculations. I can see none of you believe me. I shall prove it to you. Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
We understand what we're doing there, yeah? Okay.
I know 4 calculations.
Sorry?
Don't you have to take 1.44 from 21?
Oh, right, well, yeah, you have got to finish it off, yes. Quite right. What's the answer there then?
19.92.
19.92. 19.92.